This is Ishita here to take you to this Buddhist kingdom tucked into beautiful Himalayas, measuring its development through happiness of the people and whose national costume is a colorful pride. Welcome back to my channel. This travel series is super special because this country is said to be one of the happiest countries in the world. And who doesn't want to travel to a happy country? This Bhutan travel series is going to let you know all that you need to know before planning your itinerary and show you this beautiful serene country. This video is especially made to let you know all the changes that have been in place after 2 years of the pandemic. This country has actually opened up to tourists in September 22, and there have been revised guidelines, revised fares, and a lot of changes to know before you plan your itinerary. So stay tuned and watch this entire video to know what and all you need to know. And also, I'm going to recommend you a suggested itinerary. Please subscribe to the channel so I can bring more of beautiful travel videos to you all. This video is going to be divided into 2 parts briefly. One where I'll tell you how to reach Bhutan, and secondly, I'll let you know all the revised guidelines, the revised fares, and how you should plan your itinerary. Plan for my day 1 was first to reach Bagdogra, and from Bagdogra to reach Jaigaon. That took me around 3 hours, and I wanted to rest a bit during the day. So I did not plan much of the attraction points or any visits. I had my immigration process go very quick. That was around in 5 minutes, and it is a very smooth process. But that was so smooth and quick because I had opted for a tour operated package and my permit was pre-approved. So I'll recommend opting for that, but that will come later in a bit. Starting with revised guidelines, the first thing to note is that the mandatory SDF fee has increased. For tourists from the neighboring countries, it has increased to Rs 1200 per day, and for other foreign nationals, it has increased from $65 to $200 per day. Secondly, it is mandatory now to have a tour guide. And thirdly, travel insurance is also mandatory now. Fourth changes, there is hike in the monastery and other attraction entry fees. And the last change is that the hotels that you choose to stay here has to be 3-star plus or homestays. Now, of course, after knowing these revised guidelines, the next question coming to you would be how this would impact the budget of your trip if you're planning to come in the upcoming months. And let me break down that cost for you. I'm going to explain you in brief if you're planning to self-manage your trip or if you're planning to go for a tour-operated package, what cost you will roughly incur and which one should you opt for. To simplify the cost breakdown, I am going to right now give you a brief for a per person on a per day basis, and whether you are planning for 7 day, 9 day, you can accordingly multiply for yourself. Starting with the mandatory fees, that is SDF, that is 1200 per day. Next is the tour guide that you have to have compulsorily, and that's going to cost you around 500 to 1000 per day. Next, the hotel stay cost that I have taken is on the lower side, given the 3-star hotels are minimum, and that can cost you around Rs 4000 per day. Next is your shared cab or taxi fare that will cost you around 3000 to 4500 per day, depending on the type of vehicle that you are choosing. Lastly, the monastery and attraction fees have also increased. It will cost around 7 to 8000 per person, including all the top attraction points that you have to see in Bhutan. The main attraction, that is Tiger's Nest, its entry fee is now around 2000 rupees per person, and other attractions and monasteries has around 1000 rupees per person. With this cost breakdown, a rough costing for a solo traveler will come around 75,000 rupees per person, excluding flights. But when it comes to a group, this cost can reduce, making it cost effective given you'll be sharing major costs like stay, cabs, etc. I am sure after understanding the cost breakdown of the Bhutan trip, you want to know should you opt for a self-managed trip or go for a tour-operated package, and if so, why? So here are my top reasons. Number one, it's going to make a very negligible monetary impact if you choose a tour operating package, because it's roughly 5% of your trip cost, and for a solo traveler it translates to rupees 4,000. Secondly, you don't want to have that hassle in a peaceful and serene country like Bhutan. I had my visa pre-approved and it took me 5 minutes to complete my immigration process. Next, a day-to-day itinerary, looking for food options and everything. Having that hassle in such a beautiful country, I think it's not worth it. And lastly, I think Bhutan as a country in itself has a rich cultural heritage to offer. If you have a tour guide with you, if you go for this package which is so very well managed, you are able to spend time at the places, you are able to understand the things in details, you have someone to ask questions to, you have time to enjoy. So why not? Further, if you are concerned about somebody else managing your itinerary, let me clarify that for you. I had prepared my itinerary to the T and I had provided it to my tour operator that this is how I want to start my circuit and this is the place that I want to visit. So when I say that you will avoid the hassle and the tour operator will take care of it for you, it simply means that you have full control over the itinerary, the days you want to spend, but you do not need to spend time in booking once you reach it, doing the check-in process and everything, because all those small nitty-gritties are taken care by the operator. Thing to note is that the Bhutan tourism has all the details of the revised guidelines, the list of all the tour operators that are eligible to run, all the hotels and homestays that are allowed to operate are mentioned on their website. So it gives an extra credibility of information to the tourist. Now coming to the important part of the video, that is the suggested itinerary. I'm shooting this video while I'm in Bhutan, so I'll give you more details in the upcoming videos, but my rough itinerary is 3 days in Paro, 2 days in Punakha, 1 day in Phobjikha Valley and 1 day in Thimphu. You can modify this as per your preference. Do subscribe to the channel if you are new to here to stay tuned to know more about how the rest of the days of my Bhutan travel series were. That will also help you to plan your itinerary and, if not anything, virtually take you to this beautiful country. The tour operator that I chose for this trip is Bhutan Sandalwood Tours and Treks, and so far my experience is going superb. Vijay, especially my tour guide, he has been offering great service and all the experience is so hassle-free. I definitely recommend if you are planning to visit with me.